Hello, I am RB Alvarez and I am here to discuss to you the current trends in science education, specifically in France and in Finland. First objective is to analyze and compare the key trends and challenges in education in France and in Finland by examining their educational philosophies, curriculum approaches, and integration of digital technologies. Second is to evaluate the effectiveness of solution implemented in both countries, addressing the issues such as the teachers shortage, gender imbalance in STEM, and declining students' interest in science. Then lastly is to provide an insight and recommendation from for improving science education by drawing a lesson from the policies and strategies of both France and in Finland. So, yun nga, tulad ng sinabi ko na, without further ado, so let's discuss this lesson. So in this part, I'm going to explain to you the current trends in science education, specifically in France and in Finland. These both countries has the same trends and issue in their science education, specifically the current trends. So let's start first discussing the current trends in both France and in Finland. So first is the STEM integration. Both countries has the same policy that they integrate in their curriculum the science, technology, and engineering, wherein their primary prospect are girls dahil they found out that in their enrollee of STEM strand, they have a fewer female candidates. And then both France and Finland has the same integration of digital tools and AI. Their government has a full support in integration of an AI tools. Then inquiry-based learning, both France and Finland has um, follow the inquiry-based wherein the students are focusing on or letting the students in discovering, investigating something which is related to science. Then both France and Finland has an environmental sustainability um, in their curriculum, wherein on their curriculum they have a integration of environment which is aligned to the sustainable goals of the United Nations. Then, however, in Finland, there's only one thing that differ from a France, and it is the phenomenon-based learning in this part. Ano po, ayan. In that part, the Finland focus on the phenomenon-based. Kung tayo dito sa Pilipinas, meron tayong PBL or performance-based, sa kanila po ay merong phenomenon-based wherein the science-related subject are integrating on the other subjects such as the math, English, and history. And when it comes to phenomenon-based learning, it covers or it more focus on um, solving a real life problem. That's why the students there in Finland has to develop a holistic and real life problem solving. Now, in this juncture, we're going to explain the issue and solution in the science education, specifically in France. So, first is the gender imbalance in the science field. Like what I have mentioned earlier, that the France government found out that little by little, the France students, specifically the girls, has declining the enrollees in the STEM strand. So, yung mga babaeng France students ay nagde-decline na mag-enroll in the STEM strand. It is primarily because of the gender stereotyping that the STEM strand is only for boys or for masculine. But the France has a provide solution wherein they call some successful female scientists or in the field of science to talk or to provide an information drive about breaking gender stereotyping or breaking the stereotype that the STEM strand is not only for a masculine but also for all. Then the challenges in the teacher training. So, ayun, uh, nagiging problem din sa France yung pagkakaroon or lack of the teacher And the France government has provide solution for this wherein they give a incentives, high incentives, free meal, ano, free housing for those students na, for those teacher rather, na nagtuturo sa France and balancing the digital and traditional learning. Even if France outperform or perform well in the PISA result, they balance the traditional and digital learning by means of they also tinatangkilik pa rin yung traditional because they give a further foundational knowledge in that part. Ano po? So that is the issue and solution in France. Pairs, gender, tumatawag sila ng mga successful people, teacher requirement and trainings. They provide that trainings and mm, professional growth of the teacher. They provide trainings and then balancing by not only using a but they are not using only the digital tools but also incorporating the traditional way of learning. And the other side of it, we need to tackle also the issue and solution in science education in Finland. So as we all know, Finland has a same issue with the brands wherein they are declining the um, girls enrollee for the STEM strand. So same solution, they call some successful engineers, scientists na female. And they also, in Finland, they expose at the early age the female children or the children in the STEM strands, like in the middle year or primary year, they experience to do a robotics and experiment, which on the later part of their studying na they encourage to pursue the STEM strand. And same with the um, brands, they also balance the traditional and hybrid, the traditional and the digital way of teaching. Like, tulad nga ng sinasabi ko na if even if there is changes, we need to adapt the changes, right? But hindi naman natin maaalis sa sarili natin na i-adapt pa rin yung luma. Kung ito naman talaga ay effective at nakakapagpatuto pa ng bata. Then improving a global science performance even if nakakapasok sa top rank yung Finland, they also improving a science performance because in the recent year in PISA, ano, slowly, little by little, the Finnish student declining their scores in a science assessment. That's why the government has do something and it is a providing a strong assessment for every Finnish student. So this is the issue and solution in Finland. So first is encouraging at the younger age the government provide a um, actual activities such as robotics and experiment, traditional and hybrid, lesser time in the digital tools, but also more on encouraging the teacher to do a traditional way and improving a global science performance by revisiting their curriculum, changing, revisit or revise, and providing a strong assessment. Then here is our assessment question. How digital technology changed the education in France and Finland? What are the benefits and challenges? And why are the fewer girls choosing STEM career in France and Finland? Should science education focus more on hands-on learning or traditional way of teaching? And how do France and Finland try to balance both? So this is the assessment question that we need to answer at the end of this lesson. But to further elaborate the many concepts that is not only limited on the cup of a tea, here is the related video to deepen our understanding.
Do you know that Finland doesn't start formal education until the age of 7? That's right, 7. And the students have only one standardized test at the end of their schooling, spend less time in class than most other countries, and yet consistently rank among the top performers in the world in reading, math, and science. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's actually true. Finland's education system has been praised by many experts and policymakers as a model of excellence and innovation. So, what is this secret sauce? And what can the rest of the world learn from this Nordic powerhouse? Let's find out.
When you go to the first grade, when you are 7 years old, the amount of hours is 20 hours a week. It's the minimum. And then it gets more hours the older you get, but it's still less than in many countries.
The nation, which shares borders with Estonia on the sea and with Sweden, Norway, and Russia on land, boasts a distinctive blend of modern and natural features, with its well-planned cities and verdant countryside covered in coniferous forests. Emerging as an intellectual in the domain of education, the Finnish education system is meant to have cracked the code of important quality education and following the motto of eternal learning. But it wasn't always like this. Finland instituted a radically different approach to education in 1971 and has been gradually refining it since. And now the country has a 100% literacy rate. While many countries focus on standardized testings and hours of homework, Finland places a strong emphasis on personalized learning and fostering creativity. In fact, students in Finland have one of the shortest school days and least amount of homework in the world. But hold on, this doesn't mean they're slacking off. It's quite the opposite. According to the latest data, Finland consistently ranks at the top of the Programme for International Student Assessment rankings, which assesses the knowledge and skills of 15-year-olds in reading, mathematics, and science. In the most recent report, Finland outshone other countries, showcasing that less can indeed be more when it comes to education. In Finland, it's all about quality over quantity. There are also no private schools or tuition fees in Finland, and all education is funded by the state. This ensures that all students have access to high-quality education and resources, and that there is no competition or ranking among schools, teachers, or students. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Finland's education system isn't just about cramming numbers or memorizing facts. It takes a holistic and interdisciplinary approach. Picture this. Students aren't just learning math, they're also honing their communication, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, and citizenship skills. It's like getting a toolkit for life along with your textbooks. In fact, Finland has a national core curriculum, which is revised every 10 years and which defines the common values, objectives, and principles of education. So, Finland's not just teaching kids what to learn, it's teaching them how to learn and thrive in the real world. Moreover, Finland students have the power to shape their own learning experience. They can choose from a plethora of courses and subjects, allowing them to explore and discover their interests. And it doesn't stop there. Finland encourages students to dive into extracurricular activities, join clubs, and engage in projects that fuel their curiosity. The result? An education system that nurtures not just economic prowess, but a holistic development of each student. Now, here's a concept that might surprise you. Playtime. Finland believes in the power of play, recognizing that it's an essential part of a child's development. Play is seamlessly integrated into the curriculum, promoting social skills, creativity, and problem-solving. Research indicates that play-based learning not only enhances cognitive skills, but also contributes to a positive attitude towards school. In Finland, even primary school students get a 15-minute break after every 45 minutes of instruction, allowing them to recharge and stay focused. Well-being is another key priority in Finnish education. Schools promote healthy habits such as regular exercise and a balanced diet. They also provide students with support for their mental and emotional health. Children often have the same teacher for the first 6 years. The teacher gets to know the students well and is able to develop the tuition to suit their needs. Moreover, unlike many countries, Finland doesn't have standardized tests until the end of high school at the age of 16. This means less pressure on students and a more equitable educational experience. The gap between high and low performing students in Finland is among the smallest in the world. Now, let's talk about the real heroes behind Finland's success, the teachers. The teachers are required to have a master's degree and are selected from the top 10% of applicants. The teachers are expected to collaborate with each other, with parents, and with other stakeholders, and to engage in continuous professional development and research. They're not just using traditional methods, they're like educational alchemists, employing strategies such as inquiry-based learning, project-based learning, cooperative learning, and problem-based learning. And here's the beauty of it. The teachers are also given a lot of independence and flexibility in their work and are not evaluated or monitored by external authorities. Finland has a high regard for teachers and considers them as professionals and experts in their field. On average, the starting salary of a teacher in Finland is somewhere around 32,000 euros, and they are considered equivalent in status to doctors and lawyers in Finland. Another key feature of Finnish education is the high level of trust and autonomy that is given to schools, teachers, and students. It has a decentralized education system, which means that the national government sets the general goals and guidelines, but the local authorities and schools have the freedom and responsibility to design and implement their own curricula, methods, and assessments. Another key aspect that sets Finland apart is its commitment to equality. Finland's education system is designed to be inclusive, with minimal disparity between schools. Whether you're in a rural village or a bustling city, the quality of education remains consistently high. Finland believes that every student has the right to learn and succeed, and that education is a public good and a human right, not a privilege or a commodity. Moreover, the country has a strong focus on inclusion and diversity, and supports students with special needs, immigrants, and minorities in mainstream schools. Finland also has a high proportion of immigrant students and offers them language courses, cultural orientation, and integration programs. So there you have it, all the secret ingredients of Finland's educational system's source. From a focus on personalized learning to well-trained teachers, a commitment to play, and a dedication to equality. Perhaps it's time for neighboring countries and the global education community to rethink traditional models, prioritize teacher expertise, and embrace a holistic and student-focused curriculum. And as a matter of fact, by embracing Finland's approach, other countries can begin to create education systems that truly prepare their students for the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. So, Finland has shown us the way. Now it's time for the world to take that leap. And remember, it's never too late to make a difference in the world of education. Together, we can create a brighter future for all children. But before we wrap up, let us know in the comments what aspects